Hello, and welcome back everyone to another episode of Horizon Forbidden West. Last episode we finished getting Ether? Is that what we did? If I can remember. But yeah, I'm back at base now. Let's continue with the story. Let's give Aether back to Thingy, shall we? By the way, it was a long ass fucking walk to get here. Just so you know. Deliver Aether. Yeah, it was Aether. Cool.
Like this? Oh,
You're not waving a hammer around, Aaron. Try a gentler touch.
and my big sausage fingers don't really do gentle, okay?
Lean back. Trace the line. To your right. Other right.
That's your left.
I just saw it. It's the one Aloy found up north. Gotcha. They call it a concussion beat party or something. Yeah, now that's music.
Aloy! Erend, you're all better. And you're here.
Well, the world only goes on if you can do your thing. We learn fast enough, we help make that happen. You want all the backup you can get, right?
We're missing one
We
person.
still have much training to do, of course. One does not become hunter in a day.
Each seed grows at a pace of its own. Doesn't mean it won't bloom. You should know your Tanakh friend arrived.
Oh, he's here as well. Nice.
I heard their warriors drink people's blood. I want to sleep with one eye open.
I think he's seen enough blood for a lifetime.
I showed him to one of the rooms. He seems to appreciate the privacy.
Looks like you've got things under control. I should get this to Gaia.
Right. We'll keep on training. Catch up as fast as we can.
I'm seeing glyphs in my dreams already.
Well, while you've been off gallivanting around, I've been working with Gaia to find out more about the land gods. So from where I'm standing, you're in need of some training. Come along.
Okay.
I think she means she wants to fuck you. And those two know it.
Just that she talks a lot. You would too, if you knew everything there is to know about everything.
She can also crank out a whole army of machines to kick your sorry behind.
What's
when
this?
she's
Is
fixed.
that my...
Well, I guess I just better stay on her good side.
Oh my.
Looks like someone's made this space their own.
I see you found Varl and Zoe's room, Aloy. I believe they wanted private accommodations.
I see.
Kinky. Right, let's speak to these people, then we'll hand in everything.
All right.
Varl looks happy about his training partner.
Learning is best done together.
Have you gone back to Plainsong at all?
I thought about it, but I wouldn't know what to tell them. The chorus already thinks me a thorn in the thicket. If they knew what we did to Fa, even if they understood, there'd be little they could grasp about all this.
That's fair.
For now, I must leave the tribe behind.
Accommodation. Companions. Ooh. Fucking hell. I think this is going to be an episode of talking.
You've spoken with Kotallo?
A few words. Tanakh don't have much use for us outsiders. You must have made quite the impression for him to offer his fealty.
So you've been talking to Gaia?
Yes, she was kind enough to take me through some of the history of the Old Ones, including their demise and the heroic actions of her creator, Elizabeth Sobek. I was surprised to see she was you. Past, but reborn? Not that I claim to understand how.
She's a clone. Right, okay. There's going to be a lot of this.
I should probably go.
I shall return to our training then.
What I'll do is I'll probably make a separate episode with all that talk. I'll call it like episode whatever episode it is, point something. It's over here.
Hey, Gaia? Why doesn't this door have power?
At my current operating level, I am only able to restore functionality to part of this facility. In time, that may change.
Got it.
Is
This
this
is the rite of passage that Vashav gave me at the embassy. I liked him. He seemed like a good man. I think he
Good
was
man.
really looking forward to going home.
Oh, this must be my room. But I'm okay. Okay. Did it say
Morales
something?
attack at the embassy. The marshals ambushed and surrounded, killed one by one. Reminds me of the massacre at the Proving. Back in the Sacred Lands.
Jesus.
So many lives wasted. And for what?
Alright, we get Aloy, you're upset.
Huh. Looks like someone's rearranged stuff in here.
Aloy, I see you found your room. Your companions thought you would appreciate a private space of your own.
The old ones created so many wonderful inventions.
Well, at least my companions are nice, I guess. Let's go to Gaia. Gaia, I got a gift.
Aloy, I am pleased you have returned. And I see you have recovered ether.
Yep.
Please proceed with the merge. Afterwards, I have a matter to discuss with you.
Ooh, okay. Yeah, this is going to be a lot of talk in this episode, not much action, which is fine. These things happen. Nice.
So, what did you want to discuss?
While you were away, I received an unusual transmission on my dedicated Aletheia frequency.
Aletheia. That's one of the sub-functions you couldn't detect before.
Yes. The transmission occurred so slowly that at first it seemed like an accidental blip of data amongst background static.
Mm-hmm.
Once I noticed this irregularity, it took some time to collate the complete message.
Ooh.
Coordinates.
SOS.
Where does it lead?
To a mountain to the northwest of this facility. A word of caution, Aloy. It is possible this transmission is genuine. It is also possible it is being broadcast by someone or something else.
You don't think it's actually Aletheia?
I am uncertain.
What's SOS?
Save our
It is
souls.
an old world code. A distress signal. A desperate plea for help.
Ooh.
Why would Aletheia send a coded transmission on a frequency only the two of you can communicate on?
I believe it was done as a precaution to avoid detection, or at least to create the appearance of the desire to do so. I am also uncertain why Aletheia would expect that I would be able to detect and respond to its distress signal at all. As far as it is aware, I no longer function.
Okay, so either Aletheia is in trouble and sent the message hoping you were out there, or someone else is trying to get us to go to these coordinates, pretending to be Aletheia.
That is my conclusion as well.
Hmm.
Could the Zeniths be sending the transmission?
According to the data I reviewed on your focus, the Zeniths recovered the other Gaia root kernel in the Hades Proving Lab. It is feasible they used it to gain access to my internal frequencies.
So, maybe they sent it thinking you'd respond and reveal your location.
Possibly. However, the transmission is highly irregular. If they intended to provoke me into revealing myself, I would expect the communication to be more routine.
Right. So maybe it's not them then.
Dunno.
You said the coordinates lead to a mountain to the northwest. What's there?
I have no record of anything of note in that vicinity.
Okay, and what about the other number in the message? 237. Any idea what that means?
I have queried my available databases, but it does not appear to have any significance. Perhaps its meaning can only be understood at the indicated coordinates.
I'm gonna have to remember 237,
Alright.
aren't
I'll go to the coordinates and check out the source of the transmission.
All by yourself? Ha! No way.
I?
I included Erend and Varl in this briefing via their focuses. I concur that you should not investigate this alone.
What if it's a trap?
Of course it could be a trap. But if it really is Eleuthia, then it's in trouble, and I need to bring it back. Don't worry. I'll be careful and...
We're coming with you.
Fine. Go grab your things.
We'll wait for you at the west exit, in case you need to upgrade your gear.
Thank you. So considerate. I already went through all my gear and upgraded what I could last episode. That was fuck all because I didn't have enough stuff. Let's go. Open door.
Aloy,
Jesus.
I was able to unlock another room in the main living area.
Good to know. I'll check it out when I can. Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door.
Is it this door? No, it's my room. What is it? What room was it? This one?
Gaia? What was this room for?
This was intended to be a recreational room for Control Center operatives. Unfortunately, the entertainment modules were lost with the Apollo database.
Oh, that's too bad. Where's the slide?
I have to get out of fucking. There you go. Let's have a look. There might be some interesting
There's data
stuff.
here. Another room.
Ooh.
What for?
There's things in here. How do I get in here though? Don't know. Let's Is that really how that's gonna work? It's how that's gonna work. It's funny. Right, that's some free shit we got there.
There it is.
Is this the new room?
Holograms. Gaia, I thought you said the data here was lost.
I was able to repurpose the equipment to store the data you have acquired in your travels.
Oh, we don't need to go in that room. Oh, look who it is. He's here learning. Right, we'll come back and speak to all these people later.
Aloy ended it for good, right? But Gaia doesn't need it?
I think we're all better off without it.
Okay.
There she is.
You ready to head out?
Yes, let's go.
Let's go.
Look at us. 3 battle-hardened badasses forging into the unknown. This ought to be good.
Wish us luck. That's all I'm gonna say. Wish us goddamn luck.
This distress call had to be up a really steep mountain, huh?
Of course. Wait, I didn't have to travel all the way here? Thank God. What the fuck? What the fuck?
What the hell?
Oh shit. Did they all just die?
Well, that takes the keg.
I want that lady's armor. Literally impenetrable. Unless he gets stabbed in the gut with a sword.
Burrow, see if there's anything over there.
On it.
We'll check out the battlefield. Let's start with that zenith.
Yes, the interesting things. Please tell me you have some
Obviously
shit.
more zeniths than we know about.
Can't believe you
Catching
fought one of
snowflakes on
them.
my lashes. Almost didn't make it.
Got some cool shit I can have?
Whatever the rebels did, it took down her shield. But why was she here? I can access her last communication file, but I'll use my focus to scan the battlefield too.
What about that crazy weapon the Zenith had?
It looked like she can make it come and go at will. But it's gone now.
Yeah. Well, go do your thing. I'll wait here.
Yep.
The Spectre had instructions to assist recovery of the asset. I wonder what this asset is.
Where am I going? Oh, up here. Duh, up there. I'm stuck in a tree. Can I have this? No? Okay. That's a broken thing. Ooh, there's a few things up here.
Looks like the rebels camped here for a while. Are they watching this area?
Hope not. Being too cold.
These were these soon enough. An Oseram with a focus. Looks like he was sending data on the weapons somewhere else. The weapon's still hot. I need to know how it worked. But I'll have to check on it once it's cooled off.
I'm not gonna lie, it's literally on fire. How is it
All right.
not gonna be hot?
I think I have an idea what happened here. I better get back to Erend.
Hello?
All right, she who sees the unseen. What did you find out?
This was a carefully planned attack. I found camping gear up there. The rebels must have been staking out this place for at least a few days. They were waiting for the Zeniths to show up. All so that they could test that weapon. The Zeniths have a personal shield that makes them invulnerable, but somehow the weapon got rid of it. The Oseram that was operating it was sending data on it somewhere else. It was probably just a prototype.
I've known tinkers that do that. I'd do a little trial run before breaking out the real thing. Well, I guess it's still a work in progress, if it blew up.
She was searching for something she lost. Her drone had instructions to recover something called the asset.
The asset? Is that the sub-function thing you said could be here? Eleuthia?
I'm not sure. Come on, let's go talk to Varl.
Let's fill him in on what's going on. Because, you know, he's a little bit slow. Although Erend is extremely slow as well. Hello. Oh my god.
That's a long way down.
The
Something
deep hole.
tunneled straight down into the mountain. Looks recent.
Whatever
Maybe
it
that
was,
thing we saw
must have
earlier.
been powerful. That Zenith the rebels killed was looking for something called the asset. I don't know what it is, but my guess is it's somewhere down there.
All right, so we head down.
Erend, stay here and stand watch. That Zenith isn't the only one of its kind. I don't want to be caught by surprise if the others show up. Contact us by focus if you see anything.
Okay. Any trouble shows up, I'll call you.
Let's go.
Damn. He's gonna sit out in the snow.
There's some kind of old world ruin down here.
You said the Zeniths have their own backup of Gaia, right?
Yeah, from the Proving Lab.
So maybe they were after Eleuthia. Found its hiding spot, so it sent a distress signal.
Maybe.
There's definitely a possibility, my friend. Maybe you're not useless after all. If only I could jump up there. Doesn't look like there's anything out there, so let's keep going. Some free shit over here. Thank you. Some keys. Or ancient chimes, sorry.
Looks like some kind of data center. I might be able to access the facility systems from that console.
Let's have a look. What the fuck?
I've never seen a transmitter like this before. Looks like it's self-destructed.
Did you want to touch it? No? Then go fuck yourself.
This was a Far Zenith research lab. Looks like a lot of data was beamcast from here recently. From that device nearby.
So Eleuthea's gone?
Possibly.
Let's keep looking around.
So, exploring another Far Zenith ruin.
At least this one doesn't seem to have giant killer machines.
Or anything you can blow up.
Don't speak so quickly, because I'm sure I'll find something to blow up, or a load of killer machines. Either way, I'm sure we'll find something.
All this stuff. Wonder what they were doing here.
Well, knowing Far Zenith, probably discovering amazing things. For their own benefit.
Ah,
Yeah.
makes sense.
That sounds about right.
Mm-hmm. Where the fuck are we going from here? Here? No. I go where I didn't need to go. Oh, I was meant to go this way.
Ectogenic chambers. Like the ones I saw inside a Zero Dawn cradle facility.
What were they for?
Remember when I told you I was made, not born? This is how.
A machine that makes a
This place
person.
keeps on going.
That's incredible.
This place is huge. Some kind of storage room, maybe.
Maybe the asset is in here somewhere.
If it is, somehow the Zenith couldn't find it. Let's look around.
Oh, there's so many fucking places to go. Let's go down here first. See if there's anything. Oh, there's a door here. There's a lot of data and I don't feel like reading today. Or right now. Although I don't think there's much point in reading it. I'm pretty sure that's everything from down here.
I don't think so.
You don't think what? Oh, where the fuck am I? Oh, that's the beginning. Okay. Okay, I'll just go back down here and walk on through. That must have just opened up so I can have a shortcut back kind of thing. That looks sick though. Something over here. That looks sick too. Shall I go?
So, how is Erend taking all of this? Really?
Well, Gaia, the Zeniths, the Focus, it's a lot. But when I caught up to him in the Dawn and said you needed our help, he dropped everything and turned around.
Well, he's loyal. That's for sure.
This music is very mystical, to say the
The
least.
control console. To access the storage units.
Can it tell us if the asset is in one of them?
Well, let's find out.
There's really no need to open that door. Some more shit. Thank you. Let's access this, shall we? Enter code.
236 containers in storage. Please enter the container number you'd like to retrieve.
236? Wasn't
Two,
there a
three,
number
four.
in the distress signal?
You're right. I should check the log.
Fuck. I fucking said it earlier as well, didn't I? Nope. Nope. 237, there you go, that's what it was. Jesus Christ. Whoa. So is this going to be a person? It looks very much like it's a person. It's another Elizabeth.
Aloy. It's you. Skin's like ice. Must have cut this from her head. But why?
Hello, Elizabeth. Apologies, I don't know what else to call you. My name is Beta. I'm afraid I must be brief. I only have a few minutes before my keepers discover I'm missing, and I still need to remove this implant. I had hoped to find shelter with you, but if you're viewing this, I may be dead. Be careful when you take on Farsineth. They are ruthless, and they have Eleuthia, Artemis, and Apollo now. But at least they don't have the Gaia kernel to merge them with. You must succeed, or this was all for nothing. Good luck. And goodbye.
So is she dead or is she just in a cryo chamber?
So she's...
She's still alive.
Ah, there you go.
We need to get her back to...
I don't think we're going to be able to get her back.
Oh shit, they can fly?
No!
Aloy! Aloy, can you hear me through this thing?
What's going on, Erend?
Two of those spectral things just fell out of the sky. One of them is heading down towards you. The other one's waiting up here.
We're coming up. Stay in cover until I get there.
You got it.
Get her to cover in that room. Whatever happens, she stays with us.
Jesus, okay.
I'll protect her.
Oh, protector.
I should
Jesus.
prepare before the Spectre gets here. I can't let it get through to Varl and the clone.
How do I kill it? How do I prepare? I guess I'll make all the arrows I can.
Here it comes!
What? Oh, fuck.
Ooh, ugly one, aren't you?
Okay, so... Oh! What the fuck?
I should scan that thing. See if it has any weak spots.
It does or it doesn't at the same time? Ugh. Are you...
That thing's quick.
Weapon, weak spot. Ugh.
That's it.
Fuck. You weak to ice. I don't remember. What the fuck? Oh. Okay, so it's not weak to ice. Yeah, it's definitely not weak to ice. Maybe this? I fucking died. It took so long to get his health down a little bit. Jesus Christ. Yeah, we saw this.
I should prepare before the Spectre gets here. I can't let it get through to Varl and the clone. Here it comes! Ooh, ugly one, aren't you?
Touchy. Oh my god.
I should scan that thing. See if it has any weak spots.
Okay.
I'm empty. Oh!
Oh my lord. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Can you please get up? Hey, wait! Jesus Christ. Move. There we go.
There.
Are you okay, Aloy?
Yeah, I'm heading up top. Stay down here with the clone for now.
Got it. I'll follow once the coast is clear.
Can I not pick these parts up? Light shut off? Right, let's get out of here. I think maybe screwed, to be honest with you, but you know.
Gotta get back up top and deal with that other Spectre. I just hope Aaron stays in cover.
Yeah, then Aaron's gonna be fucking dead. Or he's gonna be trying to fight it. To prove that he's a big man.
Aloy!
Aaron!
Yeah, the Spectre's dug its heels in. It's got me pinned down.
Hang tight, I'm almost there.
Just hurry.
Oh no, Aaron, he's gonna fucking die. He's gonna.
That doesn't sound good. I gotta get to Aaron.
Oh, he's gonna heckin' die.
Aaron,
can
I'm
see.
here.
Oh, he's alive.
Watch out! That's
Shield
What
around.
the fuck?
It's on the move! Stay put. I'll see what I can do.
The second you need me. Take this! Take him down! You wanna take
I don't know what the fuck happened there.
You need to be more careful. Aloy,
Bruh, I am literally dodging as much as I can.
hey, you want me to hit you again?
Please. There you go. There you go. There you go.
Don't get that stuff on you.
Ow. I'm not gonna die, don't worry.
Hit the weak spot.
Ooh, jeez. Are you not dead, bro? What the fuck? There we go. What's that?
Aloy, she's...
Jeez,
Look,
you.
I swear I'm not drunk, but right now I'm seeing double.
Long story, but it'll have to wait.
She needs a healer, but we need to get her back to the base immediately.
Right. Yeah. Well, what are we waiting for then?
You two go on ahead. I need to take another look at that weapon.
Nice.
If I can figure out how that thing works,
Wait.
maybe the Zeniths won't be so invincible after all.
Oh, this weapon. Oh, okay. We're talking about the dead thing. That oh my god. Why am I stuck in... Well, I'm stuck in a tree. Jesus.
No. Damn it.
Damn it. What is that?
Well, it's better than nothing.
Mm-hmm.
I need to get the weapon fragment to Gaia to analyze.
What?
If
You
we
just
can
brought us all the way back
replicate
here.
Maybe we'll have a way to defeat the Zeniths. I should check on the clone, too.
Yep, let's go to the
Well.
clone.
Where's our guest?
We're in the maintenance corridor below the
Aloy.
control room.
Glad you made it back okay.
Okay.
She panicked after waking up and stumbled down here. I thought it best to wait for you.
I'll talk to her. Hello? It's Beta, right? My name's Aloy. What's wrong? Is it your injury? Simulacrum withdrawal syndrome. I don't understand. Sudden removal of a neurologically integrated data device. The brain, especially the cerebellum, goes into a kind of sensory freefall. Everything real feels unreal. Distant. Is there anything that can help? Do you have a focus to spare? It's primitive, but I can make it work. Yeah. Booting up.
Huh.
So, Aloy, I suppose you want information. About you and the Zeniths? Yeah. Why are they here? What do they want? How did they get you? But let's start at the beginning. I'm guessing they faked the destruction of their ship 1,000 years ago? That seems consistent with their behavior. They wouldn't want to be followed. So far, Zenith established a colony world after all. Yes, for a few hundred years, but it didn't last. Some sort of natural disaster rendered it uninhabitable. Okay, so the descendants of Far Zenith escaped a dying planet, and now they want to claim Earth for themselves? Not their descendants. What? Not their descendants. It's them. The same ones who left Earth 1,000 years ago. You
What?
didn't know? How can they still be alive? They don't even look... What did they do to themselves? I believe it's a combination of pharmaceutical, cellular treatments, and technological implants.
Huh?
And you? Does that mean that you are... I'm not like them. I was made. On the way to Earth. On the ship. I spent years studying in my training interface, all so that I could serve my function. Access and control of the terraforming system. But why? What do the Zeniths want with it? When I discovered the Zero Dawn system had disseminated into its subcomponents, I thought my purpose was to fix it. But I don't think the Zeniths want that at all. I think they want to wipe Earth clean and start over.
Jesus. My brain is about to explode with the amount of information I just absorbed from this fucking game. Jesus. So the ship never exploded. They're not descendants, they're just staying alive because, you know, why the fuck not for thousands of fucking years. Some sort of weird disaster happened on another planet, so they decided to come fucking back. We got 40 minutes,
So
yeah.
we're dealing with the same Far Zenith people who once lived on Earth. What else do you know about them? They were some of the most affluent and powerful people on Earth. They controlled almost every major resource, every industry. Gerard commands them. He's the one who decided to set up a base. The others, Eric, Tilda, Verbena, they resent his authority over them, but in the end, they always do what he says.
Eric. He's the one I fought back in the Hades Proving Lab.
He enjoys hurting people.
Yeah, I know.
So the Zeniths want to exterminate life on Earth. That's what Gaia and I concluded too. But why? Why kill everyone just to take over? When they took me on missions with them, I saw how they butchered the tribal people we encountered. They didn't seem to care about a rejuvenated Earth, so I concluded that they must want a hard reboot of the system. Then they can redesign it to be exactly what they want.
Mass extinction for their own comfort? Who thinks like that?
Them, apparently.
Well, without their Gaia kernel, they'll have a hard time doing that.
Do you think they're gonna come here to get it back?
The Zeniths needed Elizabeth's gene print to access Zero Dawn facilities. So they made you. Trained you. And you went along with it?
They told me I was born to interface with the Zero Dawn system. When we reached Earth, I pieced together what must have happened to Gaia and her subordinate functions. That's when I started to realize I wasn't meant to fix Gaia. That they must have made me so I could do what their remote extinction signal failed to do. Reboot Earth for their own benefit.
Damn.
So you know about the extinction signal? It was speculation, but the only logical conclusion why Gaia suddenly self-destructed after operating efficiently for centuries. Gaia would have only undertaken such a desperate course of action if it had detected a threat to life on Earth that was more dangerous than ceasing function altogether.
I should have realized that she would also order the recreation of Elizabeth Sobek to rebuild her.
Yeah, well, surprise.
Jesus.
You mentioned the Zeniths set up a base here on Earth. Where is it?
Off the coast, I think. Whenever I had to go on missions, I was transported inside of a Spectre drone. I couldn't see anything outside. But I did overhear the Zeniths talking about it once. They were discussing setting up a perimeter energy shield to repel the local fauna. I'm certain they have other security measures. Spectre patrols, machine lures. It must be impregnable.
What's inside the base?
Launch facilities, so they can shuttle back and forth to their ship in orbit. Plus, infrastructure to gather materials and fabricate anything they need.
Are there more Zeniths than the ones you met?
I'm not sure. I suppose there must be more of them in the base or back on the ship. For all I know, there could be more of them out in space. Other survivors of the colony.
Oh, fucking hell.
You said the Zenith's colony in the Sirius system was destroyed. What happened?
All I was ever told was that a natural disaster forced them to leave Sirius. I've speculated that it was an extrasolar object or a cataclysmic seismic event. Or maybe even an abnormally violent coronal mass ejection from Sirius A.
The Zeniths never told you any details.
They said the only thing that mattered was that they survived. First Earth, 1,000 years ago, and then Sirius.
Guess they survived old age, too. How did you escape the Zeniths?
Before the Hades Proving Lab, I never thought I'd get away from them. Even if I were to run, I'd never survive on my own in the wilds. But then I saw you. And I thought that maybe you could help me. So when the Zeniths pinpointed Eluthia's location in the biomedical research facility, I saw an opportunity.
You said you saw an opportunity to escape when you went to capture Eluthia. What did you do, exactly?
Whenever I was taken out on a mission to recover a subordinate function, only one of the Zeniths would go with me.
The one the rebels killed, outside the facility.
Baina's dead? How did they bypass her shield?
I'm looking into it. But you were talking about your escape?
Well, when it was time to use the Zenith's transmitter to send Eluthia back to base, I also sent the encrypted transmission. Then I distracted Verbena long enough to seal myself in the ectogenic chamber, altering the facility's log so it appeared that there were only 236 containers.
And the Gaia root kernel?
I told them I could capture Eluthia faster if I had it with me, and they believed me.
Well done. You said you were born on the way to Earth. In an artificial womb, I'm guessing?
The Zeniths had an ectogenic chamber aboard the ship. An updated version of the one you found me in. They must have used a stored sample of Elizabeth's DNA.
I doubt Elizabeth would have let them take her DNA. Do you know how they got it?
That wasn't part of the archive I was allowed to access.
You said you spent years studying in a training interface. Was this archive you mentioned part of that?
But only the parts I was permitted to access.
Oof.
Aristotle and Aspasia, the avatars of the archive, would assign me learning modules and evaluate my progress.
Wait, those names. They were designed to be the virtual guides for the Apollo database. Before Ted Faro purged it.
The Zeniths have a copy.
So it still exists. And you got to learn from it.
Only what was deemed pertinent to the mission. If I requested information outside of my parameters, my tutors would deny it.
To have all that knowledge, just out of reach. Must have been frustrating.
Jesus.
All right, I think that's enough for now. Do you want to come upstairs, or...
So how long? You know, your plan. How long before Gaius fabricated a machine army to defeat the Zeniths?
How did you know?
Optimal strategy, so?
Well, I still have to get 2 more subordinate functions before Gaia's powerful enough to absorb Hephaestus.
What? You don't have Hephaestus already?
Gaia's still figuring out how to capture it. It's not confined to a single... To a single location! Of course not!
You didn't even know who the Zeniths really are. You were supposed to be further along by now. Coming here was a mistake. They're gonna find me. They're gonna find this place and take me back.
Uh-oh.
This was all for nothing. They're not going to find us. Gaia's using Minerva to mask our location. What difference does it make? You're too far behind. We're never going to beat them. Everything. Everyone. They're gonna die. Hey. Calm down.
She's having a panic attack.
You're here now, right? So is there anything you can do to help? I have certain knowledge sets. And given your state of progress, expertise you probably lack. Geoengineering, of course. Computer science, physics, biology, chemistry. Okay. Well, see if you can do something with that. Talk to Gaia. I'll check on you later.
Okay, still having a panic attack, and let's get on. Let's carry on, shall we?
How'd it go?
Not
Her
great.
injury's not that bad, but I think she regrets coming here. Feeling might be mutual.
Oof.
I'll come back later and talk to her. See if I can learn anything.
Just close the door and never open it. Just let her rot in there. Fucking hell.
I should get the weapon fragment to Gaia.
Aye. These people, man. They're too nice. Right, let's see this.
Well, they didn't have two left.
Yeah, let's go to Gaia. This has been like an hour-long episode so far. I have to edit it down later at some point.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Aloy. I see we have a new guest. So now we know the origin of the transmission.
Yeah. I also recovered this. The weapon it was part of somehow stripped a Zenith of its shield, but it malfunctioned and blew up. If we can recreate the weapon and improve it, maybe we'll gain the upper hand on the Zeniths.
A moment. I will scan it.
Mad.
Complete. By combining the results with data from your focus, I can infer that the weapon was highly advanced, comparable to Zenith technology, but not how it worked.
Did the explosion corrupt the data?
It was only a catalyst. The moment the weapon malfunctioned, it appears a command executed to purge all data within its core. Ostensibly, this was to prevent the weapon's secrets from falling into enemy hands. Whoever designed this weapon knew how to cover their tracks.
Silence.
Silence,
Based
yeah.
on your data on him, that is my conclusion as well.
And he's not gonna cooperate with us. Well, it was worth a shot. But that's not all. The Zeniths got Eleuthia, along with Artemis and Apollo.
That is unfortunate. However, our original plan remains unchanged. The two remaining subordinate functions should increase my heuristic processing density enough to absorb Hephaestus.
Right. One problem at a time. Well, I guess I better get back out there.
I wish you luck on your search.
Thank you.
Right.
Alright.
Oh, thanks, Gaia. So I guess we won't be making use of Cylon's weapon. And now there is another clone of Elizabeth here with us. But I can't let it distract me. I still have 2 more sub-functions to get.
Pam, whoop-a-da.
It's a little loud, Aaron.
I know. That makes you want to punch something.
Makes you want to punch something. I love that. Jesus.
Keep moving, keep warm.
Right. Good items. Okay, that'll be for another episode. But for now, I'm going to end the episode here. It's been quite a long episode. I have to edit it down as much as I can. It'll probably be like 50, maybe 40, 45, 50-minute video, as there won't be much to edit out because it's mainly talking. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!